So as our story comes to a close, it's time to take one final boat ride to our last available location, the Island Clock Tower. And indeed, I can think of no better spot for a final conflict than this remote and craggy location. And if we go ahead and bring up our pause screen, you can see that our entire map is now filled up with all of our locations that we visited over our long journey. And while the story has been pretty slow to unfold, we did get a pretty large bombshell last time, where I think we were finally given all the pertinent information in regards to that red-headed woman that's been stalking our every moment. It's all been a part of her master plan, involving the strange rite that has led to our immortality.
まだ私を追うのか。君の努力は認めよう。だが、それが報われることはない。君の恋人もジェシカと同じ病だ。そう長くはないぞ。見えるだろう？赤く染まったあの月が。ついに時が来たんだ！
And indeed it did appear that Albert left us behind in the lion room, because all the final puzzle pieces have come together for the ritual to save poor Jessica have come into place. And while normally it's not really the best idea to go straight after a gun-wielding psychopath, it doesn't seem like we really have any other choice in the matter. Except he was smart enough in this case to bar our chasing after him. And we are quickly running out of time, so maybe if we search around the perimeter of the clock tower here, we can find some other means of getting inside. And when you know it, luck happens to be right on our side, as there is an easy access back door. The problem is that Albert is a bit more quick on the draw than George was. We do not really have much of a means to dodge around, so we're just gonna have to press forward as quickly as we possibly can. Indeed, this is going to be a slow but steady race up this very old and very dangerous clock tower. because it may not seem like it initially, but the clock tower is probably one of the most dangerous areas of any Echo Knight title ever. Now, it's not only because of the gun-wielding psychopath, but it's also because there is going to be some pretty deadly platforming that we're going to have to do. You get crushed in some cogs, fall off into a bottomless pit, just get shot in the face. The possibilities are quite deadly. But there are ways to make our journey a little bit safer. Though that isn't to say that the initially safer passage is probably the best one. Because even though that lever did manage to stop the movement of the cogs, it did leave us with a little bit of a longer and more dangerous journey past Albert here to this other ladder. If you're quick on your feet, though, you shouldn't take too much damage, and the game is pretty generous with the healing items, so you should be fine in that regard. And overall, the clock tower is not an especially large area, though even though we are racing against time, it is sometimes nice to just take in some of the very, very lovely detail work that From Software put into the environments. Still, we don't really have time to dilly-dally. Seems that sight of the crimson-stained moon is a constant reminder of just how short on time we really are.
Richard! 早くここを開けて。
But it seems somehow we managed to make it up to Christina before Albert. That's good news for us.
あの男はどうしたの？彼は狂ってるわ。早くしないと私たち。危ない！
彼女は渡さない。邪魔をする気なら死んでもらうしかない。
リチャード！
貴様！何の？
言ったはずよ。あなたのすべてを犠牲にできるかと。あなたにはまだ残されたものがある。あなた自身の命。
バカな。
あなたは姉さんと同じ。それで何かが救われるの？犠牲にしたふりをして結局は自分のため。変えられない運命をねじ曲げようと。
And then with that, the final horrible twisted game that the red-headed woman was playing on Albert has come to fruition. Poor Albert, driven by his passion for his love. Just like poor Richard was. The question remains, though, what is the red-headed woman's real end game here? Is she just trying to continue feeding souls to the horrible cursed red stone, or does she really want something more from us? Well, there's only one real way to find out, and that's to make a final confrontation with her on the dangerous, dangerous precipice of the clock tower's upper levels.
"これが必要なんでしょ?さあ、持って行きなさい。そしてあなたの大切な人を救いなさい。
Now, from what we've already seen of Richard, or from Albert in the first game, this is a bad idea.
他に道はないのよ。さあ。
But in case we were really, really curious, she does give us a second chance.
あなただけは違うと思ったけど、結局は同じなのね。
Though that is quite clearly a very, very, very awful idea. But it does give me a chance to show off the game over screen. Now you can get this pretty much any time over the course of the game. And overall, I do find it pretty interesting that, well, much like in the first game, they really go that extra step, putting a little bit of additional story with the game over. But since we now know better, I think it's time we make the right call in regards to the Soul Stone.
Yaっと見つけた。出てきなさい。どうせまた見てるんでしょ。
私はかつて君に言ったはずだ。誰かが運命を受け継ぐまで君は決して死ぬことができないと。君はアルバートを殺した。そしてもし彼が石を受け取っていれば彼も殺すつもりだった。なぜだが君は死を望んでいたのではなかったのかね。
私はただ知りたかっただけ。自らの望むもののために誰もが何かを踏みしだいていくのか。でももういい。望むものは見つけた。こんなものもう何の意味もないわ。
実に興味深い。君たちは実に面白いよ。 当に楽しかった。運命が君たちにふさわしい生徒、そして死を与えんことを。
死、私も。行きなさい。あなたにふさわしい生が待っているわ。
Now, while that is the best possible outcome you can get in the game, as you might guess, there are quite a few other endings you can get, and in this case, we're going to see what happens when you don't collect all the astral pieces.
Richard! あの男はどうしたの？彼は狂ってるわ。早くしないと私たち。
言ったはずだ。彼女は渡さない。邪魔をするなら死んでもらうしかない。
リチャード！
ジェシカ、なぜここに？
アルバート、もうやめて。
ジェシカ、私は怖かったんだ。母と同じ。君が消えていく。一人だけ、私だけ。 残され。
So, as Richard and Christina's story comes to a close, I think that everything would be sunshine and rainbows, but in reality, the red-headed woman is definitely still out there with her soul stone. And considering that there is a strong possibility that whatever disease that Jessica and Christina had could be hereditary, it very well could have passed on to their newborn children, and inevitably would lead to the same scenario that I think Richard had just fought so bravely against. Still, I think overall, well, Echo Knight Lord of Nightmares is, well, a little bit weaker than Echo Knight 1 was. While it does improve on the visual aspects and streamlines a lot of the gameplay, I feel like, well, just the overall setting was a little bit less imaginative than the Orpheus, and really didn't use the whole time travel mechanic that the first game used so very well. Still, I think it was an overall fun experience. I do want to thank the fan translation for coming out and allowing me to show off the game and give you guys just a lovely tour of it all. Hopefully you will join me next time for whatever I play next, and there is going to be one more final bonus video. I do apologize that I'm not going to be able to get all of the endings. I don't know how to get, I think, one or two of them, and one of them would require me to replay the entire game, I think, without collecting any astral pieces, and well, I've already played through the game like 4 or 5 times, so it's not really something I want to do, but I'll make sure to link to a video showing off the endings either way, and hopefully you will join me next time. See you then.